Have you ever wondered how ancient philosophy can improve your modern family relationships? We're about to traverse the sands of time, back to the era of Stoicism, an age-old philosophy that holds the secret to enhancing empathy within your family. We'll explore the wisdom of philosophers like Seneca, who taught us to accept the moment as it presents itself. Stay with us as we delve into the fascinating world of Stoic philosophy and its practical applications for family life. Stoicism, a philosophy born in ancient Greece, has much to teach us about empathy and emotional control. Let's take a moment to delve into the roots of Stoicism. This philosophy took root in the bustling city of Athens in the 3rd century BC. It was founded by Zeno of Citium, but its teachings were further developed by philosophers such as Seneca, Epictetus, and the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism is grounded on the idea that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control our reactions. The Stoics believed in 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. They saw these virtues as a pathway to a fulfilling and tranquil life. Wisdom, to the Stoics, meant understanding the world as it is, not as we want it to be. Courage was not just about bravery in the face of danger, but also about moral courage, standing up for what is right. Justice involved treating others fairly and with dignity. And temperance, or self-control, was about moderating our desires and impulses. Now, how does all of this apply to family relationships? Well, consider the principle of acceptance. We often want our family members to behave in certain ways, or we have expectations about how family life should be. But the Stoics would remind us to accept our family members as they are, not as we wish them to be. They would encourage us to exercise wisdom in understanding their perspectives, courage in navigating difficult conversations, justice in treating them fairly, and self-control in managing our reactions. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to separate what is within our control, our own thoughts and actions, from what is not, the actions and feelings of others. This principle can help us cultivate empathy in our family relationships, as we learn to understand and respect the emotions of our family members without trying to control or change them. As we can see, Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about understanding and responding to the emotions of those around us. Let's now turn our attention to what the Stoics themselves had to say about empathy. When we think of the Stoics, we often imagine stern, emotionless figures, but that's a misinterpretation. Stoics like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus all valued empathy not as a weakness but as a strength. Seneca, for instance, urged us to be present in the moment, to accept it without being swayed by the desire for pleasure or the fear of pain. This, in essence, is a call to empathy. It's about understanding and sharing the feelings of others, not just in moments of joy, but also in times of struggle. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, also had a lot to say about empathy. He viewed it as part of our shared humanity. To him, being able to understand and share the feelings of others was a way of connecting with the universal human experience. He wrote, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth." Epictetus, another prominent Stoic, saw empathy as a path to wisdom. He believed that by understanding others, we gain a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The practice of empathy to him was a way of nurturing our own virtue and wisdom. So you see, the Stoics did not view empathy as a sign of weakness or vulnerability. Quite the contrary. They saw it as a powerful tool for fostering deeper connections with others, for enhancing our own wisdom, and for navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and equanimity. Let's remember that empathy is not about losing ourselves in the emotions of others, but about understanding their feelings, their struggles, their joys, and their fears. It's about seeing the world from their perspective and recognizing our shared humanity. By understanding and practicing empathy, we can follow in the footsteps of the Stoics and improve our family relationships. So how can we apply these Stoic principles in our own families? Stoicism isn't just a philosophy for individuals, it's a philosophy for families too. It's a fascinating lens through which we can view our relationships with our partners, children, and relatives. Think about conflict. It's an inevitable part of family life. But what if we could approach it with the Stoic idea of understanding and acceptance? Remember, Stoics believe in the importance of virtue and wisdom in accepting the moment as it presents itself. They teach us not to be commanded by the desire for pleasure or the fear of pain. So when a disagreement arises, instead of reacting with anger or frustration, we can choose to respond with understanding. We can accept that each family member has their own perspective, just as we do. By doing so, we may not always agree, but we can foster a sense of respect and mutual understanding. This brings us to communication. The Stoics were great communicators. They believed in the power of words to express thoughts and feelings and to influence others. In family life, effective communication is key. It's about more than just talking, it's about listening too. Let's consider the wisdom of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, who said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." When we truly listen to our family members, we show them that we value their thoughts and feelings. We create an environment in which everyone feels heard and understood. And then there's empathy. The Stoics viewed empathy as a fundamental human virtue. Seneca, one of the philosophers of Stoicism, emphasized the importance of empathy in understanding and accepting others. In a family setting, empathy is essential. It's about understanding each other's feelings and responding with kindness and compassion. Practicing empathy in our families means putting ourselves in our family members' shoes. It means trying to understand their perspective, even if it differs from our own. When we do this, we create a bond of mutual understanding and respect. We build a family environment in which everyone feels valued and loved. Stoicism also teaches us about the value of simplicity. In our fast-paced, materialistic world, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But the Stoics remind us to focus on the essentials: love, respect, understanding, and mutual support. So why not try to incorporate these Stoic principles into your family life? Start small. Practice active listening, show empathy, encourage open and honest communication, and remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about striving for progress. By integrating Stoic philosophy into our family lives, we can create more harmonious, empathetic relationships. These relationships are the bedrock of a happy, fulfilling family life. So let's embrace Stoicism, not just as individuals, but as families too. Let's summarize what we've learned about Stoicism and its impact on family relationships. Stoicism, a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece, emphasizes the pursuit of virtue and wisdom, the acceptance of the present moment, and the control of our emotions. It's not about being devoid of feelings, but instead, it's about understanding, managing, and using them in a constructive way. In the context of family life, Stoicism can be a powerful tool. It reminds us to practice empathy and acceptance, 2 key ingredients for harmonious relationships. It encourages us to step into the shoes of our loved ones, to understand their perspectives and feelings, and to accept them as they are without trying to change them or impose our own expectations. We've seen how Stoic philosophers like Seneca emphasize the importance of these principles. They urged us not to be dominated by the desire for pleasure or the fear of pain, but to accept the moment as it presents itself. This acceptance, they argued, leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves and others, and ultimately to more fulfilling relationships. Stoicism also teaches us about emotional control. It shows us that we cannot control the actions or feelings of others, but we can control how we react to them. By maintaining our emotional balance, even in the face of conflict or adversity, we can prevent unnecessary tension and promote a peaceful family environment. Applying Stoic principles in our families isn't always easy. It requires patience, practice, and above all, a willingness to understand and accept our own emotions as well as those of our loved ones. But the benefits, as we've seen, are well worth the effort. So let's remember the lessons of Stoicism as we navigate the ups and downs of family life. Let's strive to be empathetic, accepting, and emotionally balanced. Let's acknowledge that every moment, every interaction is an opportunity to practice these principles and to deepen our connections with our loved ones. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about understanding them. And in doing so, we can create stronger, more empathetic family relationships.